Ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-dum, ba-da. One more day. Hell yeah. Alright, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of art tonight. Play some Sploon music. Piece I've been working on for a little while. A little too excited. So I decided to start rendering, and now I'm putting in way too much effort, which is always fun. Where I think where I left off was pants. Hello! Yes, I love Fry. She's very cool. I think what I did is that I did some texture. On her top. So, wait, that's the lines. If I cut this off, like, zoom in on her shirt, you can see a little bit of texture there. So I'm gonna do some of the same for her pants. But until then... Until then, I'd like to make this fit the shape of her by liquefying. No. Like, round it out and, like, blow it up kind of funny. Because make that bigger, make it smaller. The pants. Nah. Hang on. Okay. So you spin the texture a bit. Maybe. Yep. I do like the two new night Pokemon. They're very cool. Oh, wait. It's worked well, but it has to curve back around down here. To go There's a gnat in my room. So, kill it the next time it flies around. But until then, I can just keep messing with stuff over here. I think I'll probably have to mess with her her socks separately. And I don't think I'll be drawing the whole night. I might pop over into Splatoon 2. We'll see. This is just kind of a casual, fun little mess around kind of stream. No guarantee that I'll be able to stream Splatoon 3 tomorrow. We'll see if GameStop comes through with shipping. And if not, Splatoon 2. We'll go hang out in the dead lobbies. I'm getting Violet because I think it's very appropriate for my overall aesthetic, both, like, as a streamer, and also I just really like Miraidon. Like, I like them both, but my brand as a streamer helped me decide, as like a deciding factor. I walked away for a second, but it's because I wasn't sure if I actually caught the bug in my hand. And I wasn't about to let go and find out and release it like I did last time. Come on! Sometimes the tablet gets a little funky. It's not a mosquito, it's just like a gnat or something. Probably something that crawled in, through the cracks. Because there is a spider web right in my window. Apparently, I guess the light from my bedroom window attracts enough bugs to make it good spider hunting grounds or something. I don't think I've ever really done, like, I can't really say I've done a whole lot of, like, texture liquefy related stuff before, so I'm just kind of fucking around until it looks maybe a little bit correct. Because with the other stuff, I can just shade and go. The direction of textures is important. Kind of. Splatoon 1's soundtrack was very good. Like, they're all good, but I still have a soft spot for Splatoon 1. Oh, that's like stretched, though. That should be like that. On break. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're just chilling. I should probably put this back on. No, let's just talk about textures, so. Oh, yikes. I hope you heal from that soon. Whoop. That's upsetting. Well, soon. Thank you. I'm very pleased with how the eyes came out. Subtle skin shading here and there. I need to do some shading, because, the, skin shading down here is, like, underneath, the blushy bits. So I'm gonna have to shade over that a bit. But, otherwise I do think it looks pretty good. I'm pleased with it. I need to go a little nuts with rendering, and I think we're making good progress. I also have to do that with her fingers and toes, because purple is also over the top. Layer-wise. I'm gonna reduce this size, make it. That's not right. That's kind of better. I'm just trying to... Dang, how do you get better? At art? Or at Splatoon? I mean, the answer's the same for both of them, and it's just play the shit out of the game, or draw as much as you can. I would say for getting better at... yeah. Getting better at the game, involves playing the shit out of it, analyzing your opponent's strategies, figuring out what kills you fastest and how to dodge out of the way, figuring out what sorts of abilities match your strategy the best, figuring out which ranked modes you're just good at, like, inherently, because some you'll just be better at than others, and you'll have an easier time if you just let yourself play those. Cookie Crisp. Oh. Well, then that was a misreading on my part. No. That's kind of a feet-shaped texture. I don't like where that's going. I mean, I kinda do, but, push this back over. Maybe increase the size. Yeah, that's more like it. Da 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 da. So, like, it's not quite where I want it to be. It's, like, moving there. But no, that just makes it look smeary. That also makes it look smeary. I think it's just smeary. And I think that's just getting so stretched that it's gonna look like garbage no matter which direction you move it in. Ankles. Just, whoop. Gotta make that slightly bigger. The general suggestion of heels and ankles. And then we'll add in shading after the fact. I mean, it is feet. It is a picture of feet. It's just, when you do art, you have to zoom in to get the details right. I've already done her shirt. I've done most of her skin. And I need to spend a little more time over here. So I had, like, her, like, inkling mask and her teeth. I do still have some things on the list, but legs and feet are in fact the major next step. Something doesn't feel right over here. Eh. Yeah. That looks a little better. Yeah, what are you even saying, dude? I mean, unless you're talking about the, like, ground rule number 1, no racism. Are we talking about Splatoon 2 Octo expansion where fucking... what's his face? Captain Cuttlefish? He says some rude shit about Octolings. And it's honestly embarrassing. Probably not Nintendo's most proudest storytelling moment. I feel like they probably would... Okay, that goes up. So I feel like Nintendo I would have personally put a little more effort into world building, what discrimination between Inkling and Octolings actually looked like, instead of just cribbing real world shit, because the real world shit just makes it uncomfortable. getting up to shenanigans. I don't want... Whoa. Okay. It's not... What? Did I... Okay. Yeah, he's just... Yeah. Behave ye self, children. What? Okay, so you're just not reading... Oh, jeez. I don't know if it's because I'm running everything too much. So much for drawing on Windows, making sure that my... just doesn't spontaneously stop reading my tablet, like it did with my MacBook. This looks right. This looks... I don't know what I'm doing with over here, because I feel like I'm overusing this thing. They do the twisty thing. And that twists in the wrong direction. So I'll twisty it over here. That's more... yeah, that's right. That's better. You follow along the... no. The inside, follow along the arch of the foot. Outside, follow along over here. Kinda. What on earth? I don't think... Like, this is still my favorite version of Now or Never in the entire series. I don't think, Splatoon 2's lived up to this. This was so hype. This kinda does that. This is like... So this liquefy tool is kinda like the expansion one, but it lets you, like, do it on only one side. Like so. But I don't know if I'm doing this right. Yeah, it's getting a little smeary, that's the problem. But that... a little better. Do that. No. No? Maybe. Kind of? I don't know. Because, like, the texture would be more squashed along the sides because of how textures work. I think that's probably good enough for now. It's like when you zoom out, and you're like, oh yeah, that's the texture vaguely follows things. Thank you! I'm very proud of this so far. I usually just stop at the flat colors, so usually I would, where's the stuff? So normally I would, like, stop somewhere around here. Actually, excuse me. I usually stop after, like, this point. But, the picture in my head that wanted to come out had way more detail, so I was like, fuck it, detail time. So that's messed with, I believe. So so that's the base color. I ripped it from her concept art. Rip a darker shade that's used for shading. Yeah, that's roughly the same. I think I might rip a couple shades from her render. Yeah, that's even darker, which should give me slightly better shadows. And get the folds right. I've gotten the texture, because it's like a... Because it is a shade of gray, just slightly warmer, but not that much warmer. It's only like 3% saturation. That's 5% saturation. Because the texture is black, and I haven't colored it yet, it actually doesn't look too bad. It fits at like a lower... Overwatch 2 is locking character unlocks behind the battle pass? I've warned my Wesson. Yep, Fry just has a short haircut. Like, I understand, but like, joke was kind of tasteless, so that is where the timeout came from. And we shall move on from there. I guess I could close, because I didn't put the texture on her top until after I had shaded it. Turn up density. Like bunches, there's like a it has a pretty low waistband, it's like right around there. I wanna use like... You want to bring up stabilization, maybe? I'll bring up stabilization, just a touch. I don't feel like that's placed correctly. Because she's standing with, like... Hang on. So the thing with the reference is that the pose I picked is slightly different from her official one. So, official render over here, like... I picked the one where she's got, like, the squat. She's all stanced up. Like here, it's like a line of action that way, and her legs are pretty straight. I think this would be like a contrapposto kind of thing going this way. But like, primarily straight-legged, and she's like just standing. So her knees aren't really bent in this picture, but they are in this. So... And it like, that's just kind of one of the issues with flowy pants, is that they can be difficult to pose and shade around more interesting leg poses. They don't really change shape as much because they're so baggy, but it does call into question where like the folds would go and where the edge of her waistband would be. Because that's like, this is like the, I guess, I don't know if it would be elastic, but this is the part that's, like, cinched around her waist. I guess it's the little ropes holding it in place, possibly. But there is that point where I have to decide where that line's gonna be. Maybe I'm just gonna go back through my undo history. And... mess around over here. How's that would go? More like that. But do I want it to like go up? Because this is like a this is like a lower angle shot where like this is head on. This is like ever so slightly looking up from below. If I should like do... Ooh, a straighter line actually might work. I'm gonna think about it. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks alright. Not doing making antiseptic. Ethanol, stop it! No. She's clothed. Stop it. Stop it. Behave yourself, boys. I mean, yeah, fair. But also, like, making art is, like, involves zooming way in on the part you're working on. I've done most of the work up here. There's still more work to be done, but such is the nature of art. It gets put in places. That's kind of where that's... The holes, I imagine, would disrupt the folds a bit. Because they have holes, like, the way fabric works is that it can fold along a surface, but once that surface stops, that's going to affect things. What am I using? What art software? Clip Studio Paint. So, like, there's a the shape is like, yeah, like, grid-wise, if I had to, like, think about it as a grid, it would probably be like, yeah, cool. It's tougher than I thought it would be. Like, with this, it's relatively close to her body, and I know how to shade body shapes. This is a funky shape. Maybe I should just focus on her socks, and so I can think about the other stuff later. So the strategy of using a pen and then blurring it after the fact might be more effective than... going in with the airbrush immediately. Now, there is... I think I can always start with, like, the big shapes before putting too much thought into, like, the folds. So, like, I know this much would be, like, big shadow along this end. And there'd be more of a shadow under here because of her knees being up, and that putting more forward shape in these two, in the legs of the pants, which makes it more readily pants shaped as opposed to when she would be sitting down. Nope, that's the darker shade. I wanted a separate layer for that. And then, so that's like our lighter shade. Whoop, I clicked, and instead of that would be that. Yeah. No, that's just my brain going insane. Did sample from like right around here, but there are even darker shades. But also, yeah, this is just a generally flatter style overall. Splatoon's concept art has always been like that. There is shading, but it's very blocky. Ugh, excuse me. I think I can... Because of how big her pants would be, a lot of the fabric would spill over her... the part where it cinches around her ankles. Would probably cast onto her socks. And of course, being away from the light, socks would be... You'll put this art on your coffee? Most likely. I've been not great about uploading art I do, but since this is like some of the first fan art I've done in a while, might as well, right? Maybe give a little more love to my DeviantArt, too. Just because... And one reason I wanted to get back into fan art in general, just because I missed doing it. And also, like, I can be less weird about posting it places, because it's just fan art. Whereas other stuff is, like, way more personal and, like, has, like, rules and stuff attached to the characters, and I don't want to put that in places in front of people where those rules can't be enforced, because they're not my rules. I can enforce rules on my own page. But there's a point at which... Yeah, so like my YouTube and Coffee are a little more forward-facing, a little more... my brand identity. Whereas DeviantArt, I can kind of freely fuck around a little more. So like this can go in other places too. Starting to look like something. I'll do that. And color it darker. Get the bigger. I'm gonna draw Shiver and Big Man too. I don't know. Originally I was just gonna go for Fry. Just for the sake of getting myself back into fan art. But, one of the things I wanted to do, like I realized after the fact that this could make a really good element for, thumbnails for Splatember. And if I'm gonna do Fry, I might as well do the other idols, right? So, maybe. I feel like I should. No, that's alt copy. I'm gonna move this up. Wait, so I like what I think that's too dark of a shade. I should bring that up a bit. Yeah, that's a little better. So yeah, that's how I've been incorporating the textures into the shadows. So maybe it's I could do textures and highlights too. So like after I'm done shaping it, I do that shit. Pick up color directly from there. A lighter shade of gray. And then bring this all the way down and bring it up. And then make it that lightest shade of shade. Yeah, this might not. I might need to finally... Well, that's the liquefy tool, not the blend tool. That's the blend tool, not the blur tool. I wanted to make it blurrier. But the blend tool is like... that's when you blend colors together and it's blending with nothing. But that's better, I guess. I don't want it to be based on pen pressure. Yeah, that feels right. I can get away with that. Maybe it's too blurry almost. Should probably focus on blurring one side of it instead of both. Or blur this one down here. This edge, but leave the top edge a little more defined. But it doesn't seem... I guess such is the nature of art. You just have to be careful. And also the idea of how well I'm pulling off Try now makes me kind of want to try out Shiver. Maybe I can blur this a little more. Maybe over here, just for like... the Idol tracks were catchy as hell, even back in the day. I want to hit the undo button, not the erase button. Hold at the base. And erase them. Just do that. Oh, that's too much. That is just enough. Let's go this way. This way. The darker shade in my airbrush and mess with it a little more. Can't remember the lyrics, so I only just ineffectually mumble them. In squid lyrics, you can guess. Oh, FNF has corrupted me. Oh no. Yeah. Such is life. I wonder if anyone has like considered a versus various Splatoon pop idols mod for, I mean, there's Friday Night Funkin' mods for everything now. And they just like there's one for fucking Miku, and they just straight up take Miku songs, and the vocals from the songs act as her vocals in the game. And you could do something similar with the Squid Sisters, or Off the Hook, or both. There is a Verse Kirby mod. I've been meaning to watch a playthrough of that just to check it out. I've seen the Versus Sectonia mod, or at least bits of it, and I wasn't very impressed. It was, like... And I guess with, my standards for Friday Night Funkin' mods have grown a little bit because... Damn, those kids are talented. And so since they set the bar so high, it was a little disappointing that not only was Versus Sectonia just triple deluxe fight music, but also it used, like, Sectonia's voice was just the vocals that, like, the vocal MIDI sound that was already in Moonstruck Blossom, and not, like, something entirely new synthesized out of her actual in-game voice clips. Because, like, that could have been done. And it could have been done to maybe potentially more interesting results. Steven versus Mordecai and Rigby is a funny one. Some of them are just downright funny. And some of them are just, like, they're doing it cleverly and in interesting ways. And I guess the reason I'm, like, not as interested in Versus Sectonia versus the Splatoon Idol one I just pitched is most likely because, like, the Squid Sisters and the gang, the various idols have voices in-game, and those are acknowledged to be their voices, whereas the voice in Moonstruck Blossom in the original track is still, like, one, shitty MIDI, and also two, not actually really Sectonia's voice. And I was like, you can do better than that. You Funkin' mods, like, better than this? Y'all are smart. You can do cool shit. I've seen you do cool shit before. Of course, every mod is developed by someone else, so can't hold them all to the same standard. But, like, shoot for the stars. You might not reach the meteoric highs of your peers, but you can at least try. Shoot for the moon, land among the stars. That's how I got even halfway decent at writing fanfiction. I need to revisit some of my fanfics. Ultra Survey Report has gone so long without an update, and I still haven't put out any fanfic for my for the most updated version of my Kirby headcanon because I'm too much of a perfectionist. So, like, the 1 or 2 fanfics that I've actually bothered to start, I haven't gotten far enough along to a place where I would actually want them to be, where I'm, like, ready to post. I want to go back, because, like, some of that shit is all the way from 2017, and I'll have to, like, tweak the dialogue to make it sound less ugh, and you know how it is. Writing. Another thing I need to give a little more attention to is putting remixes on this channel again. If I have basically nothing going on, I should do something like that, right? Again, I've been so distracted. I did fix some of my audio issues. There was some white noise fuzz that's been bothering me, and originally I had the noise gate filter in OBS to solve that, and I found another, but, like, there would still be even though I got rid of the white noise, like, between the moments of my talking, I finally found a thing that was like a noise suppression that intelligently filters out the white noise from while I'm talking when my voice is being picked up by the mic, and I'm hoping that can improve my audio quality and therefore improve the listening experience for you guys. Because that shit is also important to me. I have to make my streams remotely enjoyable before I can before I feel like I can. Not before I can, but before I feel like I deserve, I am able to. What I am. Words, words, words. I totally feel like I can, but I, like, put arbitrary limitations on myself because I want to be, like... I want to, like... tweak things and get things up to quality, up to par, up to snuff. Before I do too much more. Because I've been, like... The idea of doing more VIP streams has been on my mind, but I do only have the 2 VIPs, which is why this is a public stream, because one of the things I like doing is hanging out with chat. And while I do have a couple VIPs, I can't always expect them to be online at the same time. There's only 2 of them. There's only so much you can talk about. I know I can probably fill the space on my own and ramble pretty well and just do as the Let's Players do. How does this look from a distance? How does this look? It looks good up close. Kind of bugs me from a distance. That's no good. So I think I'm gonna smooth things out just a touch. Just a touch. Thank you. Yeah, I've found the noise suppression. And I tested the audio last night. I actually wound up doing it way too late, because I was so distracted by working on this picture of Fry. And I was just like, okay, I've got the flats down. I want to shade it. I want to do shading on this piece. And, I did that for God knows how long, and then I was like, I wanna do stuff on my YouTube channel, though. I wanna do things that might be fun and interesting to watch. Smooth that out just a bit. Make it, like, faint. Let's do that. And I do this. Gently. I mean, I can text you whenever I want, but, like, I am thinking in terms of content. So it's not just about, ooh, I want to have someone to talk to. It's also about, I would like to speak to my audience while I am doing content. Have I done any darker shade on her feetsies yet? I don't think I have. Increase the density, the opacity, and the hardness just a bit. And get more immediate results from distance. And I can smooth them out. Smooth them out with a lower opacity eraser. That is almost taken off a little too much. This is one of the best songs in Splatoon single player. It's so good. I think I figured out what's bothering me. And it's, one, how deep this fold goes, because I feel like the roundness of this would, the way her knees push that up would make the folds, like, not, like, would stretch it out so there would be less folds. I think there should still be some, like, the barest hint of some of them. I don't erase too much of it, though. Turned on the opacity and then redo that erasing, but just a bit. Like, it creates too much of a shape here, I think, and I don't want that shape to be there. I do want there to be a little more smoothness. Maybe just do that ridge down a bit. I think that's better. Let's say that's good. I think I might want to do a highlight, though. Do the regular thing. Do this. That's just the base color. I think I'll take a highlight off of this. Yeah. Might not land with... Oh, I will definitely land with a color that's lighter. Okay. Yep, I can do that. There's some flatness over here that would emphasize that round. Yeah, I think that's... I can go in and erase after the fact too if it's too much. Maybe like a sort of a highlight. Boop, boop, bop, boop, boop, bop, boop, boop, bop, boop, bop, boop, boop, bop, boop, bop, 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 boop, boop, bop, 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 boop. I'm slouching too hard. Ugh. Ugh. Splatoon single-player songs, despite how weird they may be, definitely compel me to jam. Which is weird, because this type of music usually doesn't. I'll do that like that. And do like a... take the top of the highlight off the pants, but like... sort of... I'm gonna take it like that. I wanted to do like a bit of highlight right here. Yeah. Yeah, like maybe like this, because of the way the texture I have, like the way it bends around her, just like incidentally, because I gave up halfway through, it almost makes it look like this pops forward a bit. So I can highlight that and increase that illusion. So it's like, instead of just having folds that go back, I also have folds that go forward. I feel like folds that go forward are going to be more significant when she's in a pose like this than when she's in a pose like her official render. You wish Splatoon had way more single player? Buy Octo Expansion! Yeah, Octo Expansion is probably the best thing I could recommend in that instance. Like, if you ever want more of that, I just realized something. Texture. We're gonna do work on shading the inside of the pants. And incidentally, I might need to mess with this some more. Splatoon still oh, do you not yeah, I mean, I guess if you're saying that, then I imagine you wouldn't. I apologize. I got Splatoon 2 on launch, and, I got it as a bundle with my Switch. So, like, to make sure I had something to do with it day one. I'm gonna erase the texture there. Okay, yeah, if you only ever played Splatoon 1, then yeah. Splatoon 2's single player, I can't remember if it's longer or a similar length. It feels like a similar length to the original, but, Octo Expansion. And Octo Expansion is a lot longer. It's very long, in fact. And, the gameplay is, like, some of the best in the franchise. It's even better than other stuff. Like, it's worth the price of admission, I would say. I bought it before it was just free with a Splatoon membership, or free with an NSO membership. Because with NSO Splatoon 2, you can just get Octo Expansion for free on the side, which is really cool. But I bought it full price on launch, because I like it to sploon. Okay, inside pants. Inner pants texture. Another very good song. Probably my favorite single-player track from the first game. I think the texture should be as visible on the inside that it is on the outside because of how shadows work. So I'll bring that, yeah, I'll bring that back down to 30%, maybe 31%. Just a touch darker. Yeah, that's what I was going for. So I did do inside the pants with both the leggings and the thing at the same time. Wait a second. That's right. Yeah, that's doable. That's doable. That's cool. I can leave that selection in there. Wait a sec. This was the default. This is another canvas. I created... I must have just popped another layer in there, but entirely by accident. Well, once I figure out what I used it for, I can always add it back in, because it doesn't seem like there's anything on it, so... Let's see. What that does... It does... bug me. Just a touch. Right, because I had a canvas copy, and I wanted to... And I wanted to... Display. I'll do that. Song of Shiver and Fry. I think light would come in through this hole. So there would be a... It would be very dark, I think. This would be... Put this up to 40%. I'll do 40%. I always really like the chopped up acoustic guitar samples in this track. The Splatoon soundtrack makes very good use of chop and screw style techniques. Creates this really cool digital distorted noise that I like. Yeah, I think I'll like loop around, down, and like erase again. I think it looks good. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like that. That looks correct-ish. I'll do this up here, but I'll do magic wand for her leggings. I think they're leggings. Based on the reference, I'm assuming they are leggings, but I can't actually tell if that's actually bare skin under there and she's like wearing shorts instead. But it looks like she's wearing like black leggings underneath the baggy pants. And I think I made that assumption. I think I like corroborated that to myself because they're like a gray here and not like, because I feel like with the lesser shading, it would be this shade of brown of her skin, but this, the fact that it's not, definitely makes me feel like it's another pair of pants under there. And I think that's kind of stylish. I think the idea that, like, you can see her leg through the hole, but it's more, there's more leggings underneath, but you only see the leggings through that hole, I think that's, like, a neat fashion statement, honestly. I think that would look pretty cool on a real person, too. I'm gonna sample this again. And get back to this. That's just the same color. I wanted to darken it. Very enthusiastic to see how people handle cosplays of these idols. So I'm just gonna hit this with a solid brick of color. Because it's under the pants. Like, this is right up. The idea with, like, the way her legs are positioned, this part of her pants sits right up against her leg, whereas down here, it just kind of hangs in front of it. So the shadows would be, like, a little softer here. Whereas, with that, I think it would be more like, oh, geez. Like that, and then like that. Maybe that's too much. Too big. And then like that, and just have like little, like an edge shadow just around it. I need better stabilization for that, I think. This boss fight? Yeah, the Octavio boss fight's really cool, and the song fucking slaps. I don't think those are leaks, actually. I think those are stalks of wasabi. I think that's what Octavio scratches his records with. I almost thought they were coral at first, because I had never seen, like, raw wasabi before. But I think it's, like, I think it's a takoyaki joke. Huh. Oh, I remember this part of the fight. Actually, choose which parts I blur. Ooh, it is starting to get... Like losing out on the edge there. Vanishing because it's blurring. Maybe I should make it smaller. Yeah, this might just be a job for the airbrush. This version of the song almost sounds like, with the vocals in this, almost sound more auto-tuned. I think they are more auto-tuned. This is the version from, like, the official CD. But I remember in the games, they weren't auto-tuned that hard. Because I really liked how they, like, broke away from the melody and just kind of went into sort of a spoken word inflection in the second bit. And then a little something we all like to call calamari incantation. I think, yes. I forgot the lyrics towards that last bit. I did this. Oh, and actually, since the light is coming from this direction, I'll erase this a bit. Oh, nope. Make this sort of darker up here so that this part of the thing is casting the shadow. Feel that a little bit more on this end. The shadow get a little bit deeper. Ugh. It's kind of going with the same kind of direction of this, because the light would be, but the light would be coming in from the front. Make this a little lighter because it like fits with the folds. Would make sense for it to follow the direction of the shading on the top of the pants as well. I always really like this arrangement when they did for the credits. You are me hello. Me hello, and ready. So many me hello, me hello. Me hello, me hello, you and ready. feel about that. Pretty alright, actually. I might do another bit on the other side of the leg crease. Other side of the bend. Which part of what songs do I have in this playlist next? Ooh. This is the traditional version of Calamari Incantation. Yeah, thanks for hanging. Excuse me. Make this even darker. I think what I did. Oh wait, no. I'm gonna shade with this and go even darker than that. Okay, but I have to pick up the color first, and then maybe drop that down to 37. Why? I see why. Okay. Increase the size. Get into those far edges. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. And now I think next on the playlist is Splatoon. Adding steeper shadows. Do that. Yeah, I wanted to do that around the least around. I'll do it just a little bit in there, like that. I think I want it to be forward, and then like add a little bit of. Incoming. 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 deep, deep dark shadows over here. Because I have this hidden by the light, but this I did not pay as much at. That's not the right color. It's not the right color. That's kind of what I was going for. Yeah. How much heel shadow would there be? I feel like there would be, like, more, and then the ankle would pop out there. And then go into kind of that, but not quite. I think I'm gonna erase around that. Yeah, I feel like I should just put heavier shadows on the feet overall, just because they're below the pants, and would therefore be more heavily shaded anyway. Especially because I really darkened up these little guys. Or I could erase a bit of the shading on the cuffs. That's the highlight. This is... yeah, that's what... I can do like a little bit of that. Like, it's just a touch. But it's coming out from underneath because the light's coming from this way. So it's catching a little bit of it. It's really dark over here. But I could do more shadow up around the ankle and have that like that. Like a more, with that darker shade, I have like a little more, I guess I have a little more stuff to work with before but that doesn't feel quite right. Could do more of this. And I didn't put any highlight on the flitsies either. I could do that. And like... and like have like a bit of highlight on the stuff that is most likely to see it. But not that much. Because I wanted to do just like... the heel likely to catch some, and maybe a little bit of the ball of that foot. And then a little bit of highlight down here. Because you're likely to catch the light. A little strong. I am going into night mode. Is that why everything looks warmer? I feel like my... I don't have this computer set to change like my other one. But... that might just be me. I can't find a good... like, her colors in her official model are slightly different from the colors in her concept art. So you notice that, for Inkling models, the skin tones in general are relatively flat. She has her obvious blushies, that little orange shade on her ears and elbows. But, you can also see, like, more of that. So, like, the blushy is the very obvious, it's on the nose, it's on the ears, it's on the elbows. But there's also, like, very slight warmer tones on the belly here, on the knuckles, around the lips, think a little bit, yeah, and, like, on her cheeks here. Like, actual blush. And, like, that's how real human skin works, and Splatoon is very stylized and cartoony, so there's only so much stylization you can cram into a 3D model before, one, the texture gets too big, or two, it starts interfering with the actual lighting engine. What I'm trying to say is that, it's not just her skin, it's also her hair, and clothes. Her official color is a much brighter shade of yellow that is closer to green, while her concept art is more orange. Just ever so slightly. And I can't really get a good angle on what her, hair tentacle looks like, the front one, or front bang. Whereas the side bang in the art, you can clearly see it, and it turns into a specific shade of purple, and you can see the spots. But I don't want to color pick from that, because I think they're different on the 3D model, and I'm kind of going for, like, a split between that. Like, the color that I'm using here is not as orange as for concept art, but it's not as green as the official art. I'm trying to strike a balance between those. I'm taking a little bit of stuff that I like from both. So, like, she's a little more orangey than her official model and official render. She's a little closer to the concept art. But I am trying to stick with, generally this vibe. And also, I picked the shade of purple for her toes and tassels on her charm. And the ring around her pants holes. Because in this, she has, like, a softer purple, and then she has blue. Like an ultramarine blue. But in her official art, these colors are all the same, and they're very, like, bright, blinding, almost kind of eye strainy, and I love that about her. I love this shade of purple. And that's what I rolled with. Though it does look like this might be a little bit darker and more saturated than her fingers and toes. Maybe. Which probably... yeah, it probably could explain... it could provide a link back to this, where... well, this is almost a different hue entirely. It is brighter and more vivid than her fingers. Whereas with this, I just used all the same shade of purple, which is about 93% saturation. I might just go fuck it and bump it all the way up to 100%, because one of the things I really like is 100% saturation. Yeah, it's 98, so it's not that much of a change. But I did not mean to do that. I would have to lock pixels first. Wada 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 wada. Miss. Got some decent shading. Looks a little weird. That's what I think. Now that I'm zoomed out, I can get a better idea. I'm gonna name some of these layers so I don't get too lost. Base texture. Yeah. I like having same layer names, which I very easily get lost. Should I put any shading on her? More form effort into the arch of this foot? I think I should. I'll grab like the lightest shade of shadow and get to work on that. I think it's light shadow, right? No. Deep shadow. I put them on backwards. Yeah, just do like a little... that's a little much. But like, just a touch. Maybe reduce size. And then like... just add like, just the barest hint of something so that it looks like there's a shape going on there. Because there is. She has feet. It's almost a little too much. I'm gonna... I do not need to do that. I meant to do that as an erasure. I want to do this. I zoom way in to do my work. Almost. Slouching too hard again. Ugh. Not good for my neck, it's not good for my back, it's not good for my shoulders. Ugh. Now I wanted to go in and mess with the highlights, but from a distance. Like so. Gotta make that shape a little more coherent. And isn't that a wet floor track? Yeah, and Dolphin Surge is a wet floor track. I should know because same voices. Same voices and overall style. Grab the blushy color, the lighter version, and the darker version. And gently airbrush some shading. Picked it from the original color from the oh, this is that, and that's 57. This is 56 actually, so I'm gonna go back to here and just I think that might be a good pick that one from her render, because it has her render has like a little more reflective light on it. Actually, that's some subsurface scattering I doth see. Put that under the shadow. Do like the edge to her ear. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da. Should I do? I might go into the skin shade, grab the darker shade, and do make that darker shade. Yeah, that is okay. Give her just like a bit of ear shading along the bottom. Yeah. Ooh, does that though? Almost too faded. I think one reason I liked Squid Core version. What was their name? Split Attack was done by the Squid Squad. Reason I like Squid Squad's Now or Never because the it's like that sounds like they're actually saying Splatoon, and I always thought that was a neat touch. And so to lose that is kind of a bummer, if you ask me. Not that this is bad by any means. It's very fun and catchy. I just miss some things from old Splatoon. The victory theme is better, though. Like the cheering sound it has to it. Bup, bup, bup. Ba-da-bup-bup. That's a significant shadow, but that's not a very significant highlight. Good diddy. I don't like how that looks. Just on the very tippy end of her ear. Just a bit. Just a touch. Just a touch. Her, I didn't get a good. I don't think I did a very good job blushing up her elbows. Yeah, you can use a little bit more of that. Well, maybe not that much. Kind of a highlight going there. Kind of. Keeping the skin shading pretty subtle for the most part. I feel like that's all the detail I really need to add. To the ears, at least. Maybe a little more darkness on the reverse side of this. A little harder edge to it, I guess. Oh, and also, of course, her earrings play a role in that. Duh! Wait, there's a darker shade. I think I've already, like, shaded that down. Because it's, like, in that corner. I think I changed this color to be more desaturated, but not this. Not that one. So lock that. because they're very blocky. Got blocky fingers. Always fun. She's got, like, the square blocky fingers to Shiver's claws. I think they're... I can't actually remember if that's an Inkling and Octoling thing. If Octolings just naturally have sharper fingers. And, like, more obvious nails. They might. Maybe this color is just too dark. And maybe I'm just not rounding off the shade again? Or shade enough? Excuse me, enough. Rounding. Okay, so here's an interesting thought. Yeah, it was cool that we had Marina and Octoling as one of our idols in Splat 2, and that eventually led to, playable Octos in Octo Expansion. What really tickles my brain, at least right now, is, like, we know Marina's backstory, thanks to Octo Expansion. She was part of the Octarian army, and she heard Calamari Incantation, which, like, it's got some, like, fucking psychic bullshit powers that free the Octolings from, like, Octarian musical mind control. Because that's just, like, what they do. That's what Octavio does. And that's also what happened with Agent 8. That's how they got out. That's why they wanted to get out. They heard that one song. And it messed with whatever the hell Octavio does to Octobrains. What the hell is Shiver's deal? Is this a point at which Octolings have been fully integrated into, Inkling society? Like, have they been welcomed with open arms, and they're just here now? And you can hear in this stuff, this is Splatoon 2 single-player music, and, the whole thing is that, that's Callie's voice. The Octolings, the Octarians, made new music using her as part of their new... Like, her voice is in it because she was captured and she's brainwashed, and her voice was added to the brainwashing music. But, like... the whole story of, and there's this whole Rise of the Mammalians thing in the story mode of Splat 3, which is gonna be very interesting. Because apparently Octavio's back to bother everyone, because he can't stay dead. Well, he's not dead, he's just captured. He can't stay down. He just has to cause more trouble. So what is he up to? And what does the whole mammalians have to do with it? What is the rise of the mammalians? Why do Octarians have hair? What are Octarians anyway? At least like the troops. The Octo dudes who aren't Octolings. Because Octolings are like the people with this society. And like they all have those like bright green X marks on them and are the same color as Octavio. There's gotta be something there. There's gotta be like some kind of weird cloning bullshit and like regenerative bullshit going on there. But the Sea Scrolls we find in the first game seem to treat the funky dudes, I can't remember their names and I don't really care to, they treat them as like a whole society of people unto themselves. And not just the Octolings. The Octolings are just another facet of that. So what the fuck is going on there? Because I can't help but think of those, the Octotroopers that aren't Octolings as, like, bioengineered weapons of war. And they don't seem to be treated that way in literature allegedly produced by Octo sources. Like, what's the deal with that? Are they just, like, are they, like, a bioengineered weapon of war that, like, gained enough sentience to be people, and they just happen to live under the oppressive regime of whatever the fuck Octavio's doing? I have heard that the new story goes hard. Which is going to be very fun to look forward to. And, like, more detail on the toes is based on, like, instead of just a direct fade, giving them a little more shape and form based on the gradients and how close they are to the camera. Do that. Like, I think her toes are supposed to be blocky, but like they're also, I drew them as more like human-shaped toes. So that does kind of call into question, where does the gradient begin and end? Because in her official art, like, the gradient, like, I mean, they're kind of, her big toes human-shaped, and the rest of them are, like, rectangular for, like, simplicity's sake. Or even all the same length. Cartoon stylization. It happens. But, the tips of her toes would, it stands to reason that they'd be more purple than anything else. I'll just have to... And how did Fry meet Shiver? And what would Splatoon 3 have been like if Order won? Because that would have been... like... They were too, like... The aesthetics that idols were wearing, off-the-hook idols were wearing for that Splatfest was very, like... too, like, dystopia aesthetics. The Splatlands aren't quite a dystopia, they're just kind of ramshackle. But they definitely, like... It was very, like, 1984 versus Mad Max. And Splatoon 3 is indeed pretty damn Mad Max. Without, like, the water shortages, at least. I've got... That's right, that's which direction I wanted to have the toes moving. I wanted to... They're like a little more darkness there. Along the tip of the toes, because they are in shadow. Tootsies. Like, make that match up. Yeah, because that, like, goes into... blends into the part of the gradient where her skin has a shadow to it. And now her toes, or like her purple toes do too. I want to do, like this, where it's like front of the big toe, like kind of fading up because the light is hitting it like this. And I guess there would be some, nope, that's not what I wanted. There would be some shadow from the legs, but not much. I think I can feel pretty safe ignoring that. We'll do like more shadow along the sides. But like a smoother gradient from toe tip to toe top. Toe tips that aren't the big toe tend to face down a little more because we can go like, oh yes, they are blocky. That's not how I wanted them to look though. I wanted them to have shadows like there. Decrease size. Do 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 do. Shadow created by the other toe being right there, covering it up. Whoopsies. Kind of like this. Like vaguely. Somewhere between tube shaped and rectangle shaped. Just pour that in and then like erase. I grab dark shade of skin that I have and add that in. Match the points at which I started shading into the purple. That can exist on both ends of the gradient at the same time. Skin shade, but put this up here. Yeah, I wanted to... Almost forgot about doing those spots between the toes. Those create shadows. But some of these are... I mean, I would have got a little too overzealous on. Da, da, da. Yep, those sure are toes. At least for shading's purposes. I grab do the same thing over here with the fingers, because that effect might be a little more dramatic. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Matching the purple shade with the brown shade so that they blend. They blend into each other. And look coherent next to those little knuckle shadows that I've added. The way I have her posed, the blockiness of her fingers. Like I don't have the 3D-ness of it emphasized. I have like, you see this from this angle, and you are getting a square edge, and that's it. Have fun. So shading this and like rendering it in detail is kind of difficult. This one, I know this one stops though. Do ba da ba ba da 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 da. Another one of my favorites. Also, there was a huge audience for this Splat 2. A huge audience for the Splat 2 final boss, which means a ton more Octolings must have heard the incantation, and therefore have been freed from Octavio's command. So that could contribute to the further integration of Octolings. Actually, that could have been the inciting incident for Octo expansion, and why Agent 8 was interested in getting out. But Shiver, to me, doesn't really look like they have anything to do with the Octarians. Like, you can kinda sorta tell that Marina looks like an Octarian from a distance. Like, yeah, she has some different aesthetic stuff going on, but her overall look, like, the fact that she's all, like, whole, like, digital, like, her overall pop idol outfit, like, it strikes a balance between pop idol and, Octoling Trooper, kinda. Especially with the midriff cut. But then again, they both of the idols, both of the Cephaling idols in Deep Cut have midriff, what was that? Bare midriffs. Somebody dropped a frame. I mean, you didn't drop a frame, but you just got slow. Where was I going with this? Shiver's whole aesthetic is more like traditional Japanese. Which means either... And like, Inklings overall and Octarians overall, I mean, I can't really get a read on their culture. Like, old culture. A lot of, like, Ankopolis area, like, culture feels very Japanese-inspired, which is why, the traditional version of Calamari Incantation feels like a very traditional Japanese folk song. It is composed to sound like one. Da, 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 with, like, the drums, and, like, it's got some differences, sure. Sure there's some differences. But, the whole impetus for hostilities between the Inklings and the Octarians or I guess the Incopolitans and the Octarians, not strictly Inklings and Octolings as a whole, would be, like, they were, like, fighting over land disputes. So they were, prior to the Octolings fleeing underground, the Octarians fleeing underground, excuse me, specific nationality of Octolings, not the species as a whole, but we don't really know about anything beyond that. Land disputes. They were living in close quarters before that, and Octavio's traditional getup, at least in, like, the Sea Scrolls when he's in human form, and he still, like, has this in the modern day, in his modern design too, but he has, like, a very strong, like, shogun look to him, like, he's a very, like, old-school samurai warlord, with, like, the big, intimidating helmet and such, and so it stands to reason that at least Octarian Octolings and Inklings has some pretty strong Japanese-inspired roots. So that calls into question whether, Shiver's whole vibe is, I have integrated into the Inklings, and I am now learning their ways, and kind of, like, really leaning into it, or, these are the ways of the Octarians pre-war, and they are trying to revive it, and it's like, here I am, experimenting in these fashions and vibes and other shit, and, like, I guess maybe celebrating the cultural similarities between the Octarians and the Incopolitans, which is another great excuse to put an Octoling and an Inkling into the same band. We know nothing about, like, the lore of these two yet. The reason I was going on this tangent was because it very much feels like Shiver has an identity distinct from the Octarians, in my opinion. You can really obviously, like, think to yourself in your head and, like, take Marina and, like, put her into Octotrooper armor and, uniform. Like, you can see that in her design. Shiver, not so much. Shiver very much feels like she's got her own thing going on. And I like that for her. Good for her. But that also raises some lore questions, and I would like to see, the, like, change of the cultural and geopolitical landscape from Splatoon 2's time frame to Splatoon 3's. I was on the wiki scrolling, and I stumbled across Marina's page, and it said that, one of the guesses for her age in Splatoon 3 was likely 23. So it's possible that Splatoon 3 takes place 5 years after Splat 2? Wait a second. Whoa. Brain. Do they actually go with the length of time it has been between the games and the real world? I think I kind of remember that being the case. I think Splatoon 2 came out 2 years, thereabouts, after Splatoon 1. Probably because the Wii U was such a failure of a system, and, had such a short lifespan, so once the Switch came out, they were like, Splatoon. We have a bigger install base, we need to get them all on Splatoon immediately. Splatoon 2. I think that's what it was. I think it was like 2015 to 2017. And it's been 5 years since. Maybe that's the prediction they're making. Maybe that's where they got the number. So, like, they don't actually know how long the time frame has been from 2 to 3. But they're basing it on the knowledge that it's been 5 years since the second game. And now. Need to look up more references for Fry. Hold on. I'm sure once people get their hands on the game, they're gonna fucking figure out how to rip her model. Or at least see her from a different angle. seen some fan art of her that just, like, kind of phones it in. Which, respectable. Can't see any spots from the position she takes on the Splatcast. You're from that angle, but you don't really... Hope. Wait, hang on. Yeah, okay, so that's just showing one thing. That artist didn't put spots on her at all, even though we know she had them. That looks like some art that someone made based on the... I might just have to take it from... It's like her icon doesn't have spots on it. I might just have to take it from her, take it from her concept art, because that's the only reference I can get for her spots. Because there's an angle that does show her, more from her right? No, her left. But it's a picture of her, it's a shot of her from the Splatfest, and because of that, her tentacles are like super glossy and reflecting all the light from both her shawl lighting up during the concert and also all of the neon lights around the square. Also, very happy that I didn't, the window didn't show my image search there, because, oh boy, safe search was off, and, had that popped up on stream, YouTube would have nuked me from orbit, with absolutely every reason to do so. And, yeah, that would have been embarrassing. I think we're just gonna do spots from her concept art. So, because you can kind of see spots here. Like, this is a very crusty shot of her render, right? But, like, you can see this gray, but, like, this purple is almost, like, spots from there? It's kind of hard to tell. It's like you can barely see some spots, but they're, like, the color the next thing down, and they're, like, incorporated into the gradient somehow. I might need to experiment with that. That's the shadow. Hello, welcome home. And welcome back to the stream. Yeah, that's the shadow I put on the yellow part of her hair. Because I wanted to shade the, I wanted to shade her, the purple part of her hair separately. Bro, Title Rush was hype as shit when I first heard it. That's worth her eyelash highlights. Ah, I got some purple on her eyelash. That was throwing me. I'm gonna erase that. I wanna do... I just loved how they managed to put these two together. It was very good. Yeah! But pick the color, and I think the way it's like a pseudo gradient with like the spots of her, the next color down. Like, it's not the same as this. Like, with this, almost like, there's almost like a reversal thing going on here. But, like, down here, it's just, like, a different shade of purple. And also, she has these bright orange highlights that aren't in her actual hair. Or, like, her model. Concept art is concept art. It's very clearly recognizably her, but those elements of her design did not make it all the way into the game. This is the render of the stuff that made it into the game. So I think... Like that. I think it's that. I might do something like that. I think the spots should be bigger though. Yeah, like that. That's the vibe, I think. That's what I feel. That's what I'm feeling from her official render. Not quite her concept art, but something close. Like that's the best I can suss out from whatever the hell is going on in here. And then there's like this middle color, and I think there are spots in that color, but I'm not gonna really bother that deep with it, I don't think. Tidal Rush is a good track. And that, and then do like little spots. I'll do little spots right here. Yeah, because that looks right. It's like a grayish here. The spots are like grayish, almost a little bit orangey. Might have to tweak them. And then we do that down there. We get Spicy Incantation. Yeah. I do that. Okay, should I do a little spot? I think that's a good spot. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about right. Some of these are starting to get into territory where it's like, I don't know. Like, almost. There's very much an, like, almost with some of these spots. Because, like, there's this, like, this kind of, like, gray where it starts shifting from yellow to purple. And I feel like it should be, like, kind of like that. Or at least this spot. I think since it's so solid, I have to let the rest of the gradient around it speak for itself. That feels a little more correct, I think. Yeah. That's when probably made a mistake not putting these spots on a separate layer. Slightly better. Kinda better. Like there's a bit of fade to that spot. this is like... Yeah. Turn down the opacity on this one. We got that color again. Dun, 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 da, 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 da. Kind of like a fade. Fade, but not quite, because redo it. Turn down that, and then like gently swish. Do this thing again. Right up into the edges, if at all possible. And I'll... and then I'll like fade it out with the airbrush. Hi, Rami! Yeah, squid vibes. Yeah, fade that out. Like, up here is where it wants to be. And it's like, it's more purple than this, but it's less purple than this. You gotta... I gotta work out that gentle fade from one to the next. It's tough. It's definitely more difficult than the ones that's just straight up in her concept art, but... yeah, I think it looks about right. I think that's about as close as I'm gonna get. Because this is, like, barely there. And, like, this is obscured by, like, shadows and lighting and, the glossiness, the bright white highlights. I think you're just kind of shit out of luck if you're trying to look at the spots there. I think you just need to wait until she's in the game so you can find her on the streets and look at her hair head dead on. Squid hair. Hair, quote unquote. Yeah, there's some... Da, 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 da. I feel like I can just add in that dark shadow down here. Fade that out, because it's very much in direct light. Does her back hair turn purple? It's hard to tell. Because that's all shadow. And this barely even shows it. There's just that little gray spot back there. I finished most everything else, and I'm starting to lose steam on this piece. I'll have to revisit it, because I think next up would be more detail shading in the hair. Because I've done stuff on the pants. I've wrapped work on the skin. I added some shade to the blushy bits. I added shade to the purple bits. I did shading on the pants, on the inside of the pants. Next big steps would be whites of the eyes, whites of the tentacles, the ropes that's in her hair, and as a belt, her charm, tassels on the charm, oh boy, the shawl, which could be Nightmare because of how vibrantly textured it is. It's very glossy. It is a piece of plastic. Her hair is also very glossy, so that's also going to be a pain. I got out ahead of it by putting some obnoxious white lights on it, because gloss. Whites of the eyes. Shade the eyelashes, shade the squid mask a bit. Her earrings, the eel tooth earrings. And I think, like, in the teeth and the inside of the mouth. I didn't really put any shading on her nose. And I still have to do her bottom lip! I keep forgetting it's there. I was gonna do it entirely with color, because it's orange here, but it's, like, just a darker brown in her official design. So I'll just have to go and grab that from somewhere. Because it's way more obvious when her mouth is closed. But I need to remember to put that in. I should probably make a written list of the stuff I have left. But I'll just leave that up. Leave her winning smile up. I'll do a little bit. Since it's a pre-release party, why don't I take out my tablet and plug something else in? Why don't I? Why don't I? Well, this goes in this way. I'll not spin it around too much. Ugh. That's not the last track in the playlist. Nope, there's off the hook songs. Let's listen to some off the hook songs. Why not? Da-da, da-da, da-da-da-da. I still use my other software. What do you mean? It went back to sleep. Da 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 da. Think about millions. Think about my body. We'll switch to this setting for a sec. A quick clip studio. Because I'm done arting for the night. Okay, so that's a fast download. That's good. A bit of a software update. I'm gonna take a bathroom break right back. My avatar is going to fall asleep. BRB. Guess who? I'm back. Whoa, wait. Forgot something. Okay, now I'm back. Comes through. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. All right. Aha, that's right. I might need to, re-cadoodle some things real quick. Hold on. Finally caught that bug. So, the re-cadoodling begins. Since I am bringing up Splat 2, I'll pull... I'll close some tabs. Pull some stuff from one monitor to another. Back to that. Da 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 da. pull this over. My avatar might freak out for a second. Alright. HDMI. Plug you out of there. We're gonna go a little wonky for a sec. And... wait, no, wrong thing. Plug you into the Elgato for pass-through, not directly into the Switch, which will plug into the Elgato. Capture purposes. Yeah. Yuck. 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 I'm gonna grab my headphones. Somewhere. Where'd my headphones go? Where did I put them? Where am I? Hello? 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 There we go. Now can my television see me? My television doesn't need to see me. My camera does. Oh, television. Step off screen for a sec. Knocking things all around, all the way around, all the time. Alright, now I can hear it. Y'all know what time it is! New update. Let's see what our stages are. Put your low center of gravity to use. League battle stages. Oh, that's right. League has its own full set. That's the, oh, it's gonna be stuck in my head all week. Hell yeah. I love the implication that even these idols... oh, right, they're sponsored by Grizzco. But they also do shits. That's always been... whoa, jeez, okay. We're gonna hang out. Yeah, people are... yeah, that's story mode. Let's do some running. I got my funky outfits together, some very excessively colorful. I have not earned my bonuses. Level 45. Yeah! We're gonna hang out and do a little bit of salmon running. Let's run some salmon! Actually, no. I need to re-cadiddle my brain on the controls for a hot sec. Hold up. Hold up. NZAT, Autobomb. Yeah, I do like that combination of things. Okay. I am down to salmon run. I'm gonna do a turf war match, because I feel like my splooning is very rusty. I don't want to lose professional right before Splatoon 3 comes out. So I just need to refamiliarize myself with the controls real quick. And we'll do one match. I'm gonna be playing for, I don't even really know how long. That's a little send-off to Splatoon 2 before the third game drops. Trigger to shoot. Right bumper to... yeah, the triggers to shoot. And squid. What does left bumper do? I can't remember. One of them is bomb. Right bumper is bombs. D-pad is booyahs. Movement and camera. A is nothing. B is jump. Y is reset. X is map. Okay. Right, because most of your splatting functionality... I've never heard this track before! Actually, maybe yes I have. don't think I've heard it in this much detail before. The headphones plug directly into my monitor. It's been a while since I went splooning. Got 3 out of them. That's good. Oh, I was close, but no cigar. That's ink strike material. Was the ink strike brought back? Or was that... Am I stupid? I remember... Maybe there's a bomb. I remember missing ink strike quite a lot. Nah, it's probably Booyah Bomb. Okay. Now I kinda remember what I'm doing. This position I'm in does not give me a whole lot of freedom to move my arms around. I need to be able to move my camera effectively so I can aim. There we go. I died again. I got brushed. I managed to do some splatting. Whoa! Oh, I got God! Right, I should have been working on covering turf to make my special useful. Oh, hey, we won! That's right, I wanted to unlock shit, because this was all cute and fun together. Now I'm ready for salmon running. Let's run some salmon. For real this time. Okay, so... Do you want to play... Cool with that, yes. Chris is there. I'm gonna do no password with no voice chat. And if it's just the 2 of us... I think we get, like, freelancers, right? We can get those, right? Pretty sure. Ooh! Carbon roller! Ooh, we get the carbon roller, we get the... Is that the splash-o-matic or the sploosh? It's the splash, because the sploosh has, like, a funnel end. It looks like a blunderbuss. We got sploosh, we got a splatling, and we've got the bamboo charger. I hate the bamboo charger, but, I think I can make it work in moments of... Moments of... severe need. Moments of distress. Moments where I am backed into a corner. Salmon time. Clunk. Okay, I got the splatling. There you go. Make this... Oh, geez, moths. Moths. Forgot there were... Ah! I walked right into that. Aha! Aha! Ha! Who's the fucker firing missiles? There you are. The less the better. Whoa. Ouch. I got by getting too close. I'm on my way back. There we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. Alright, sweet. Okay, excellent. Okay. The steelhead kind of fucked us up a bit, but... Yes! Yes! My element! We down... Yep, there's the basket. Basket's in the middle. It's not down at the beach. Low tide. I'll let them deal with it while I paint over this nonsense. Okay, that wasn't worth it. Forgot about those little suckers. It's only wave 2. Paint over this to make it usable. Oh, jeez, my dude. I have a dude in there. There's a dude out there. Okay, he got. By us. He got ungot, so to speak. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, you're a mess. I missed that. God damn it. It's cool. It's cool. We're cool. Okay. Listen. I had the roller. One of the things I'm very excited about with Splatoon 3 that Salmon Run is never going to be out of rotation. You will be able to run it all the time. Let's see how I fare this one. Okay, got the splash. I'm pretty decent with the splash. I will have to handle stingers because no one else will. I have the ink doodad. The inkjet? Nah. Oh, it's a shoreside. Shoreline. Speaking of stingers... I'm gonna have to deal with that. Ah! Little guy. Small fry. The little buddies are too little. There we go. I don't have enough ink for that. You are very dangerous. Whoa! I don't have enough ink for bombs! Oh, those bombs at least. I'll cover up some of the thing. I'm covered, Chris! Oh, jeez! Steel eel! Eel, eel, eels! I got. I have one. I'll be fine. As long as everyone else stays alive, that's cool, that's chill. People just gotta stay alive, that's all. Did 2 people get got by that Moz? Okay. Whew. Whew. Oh, God. Okay. Alright. Tide is back up. Oh, high tide. I cannot handle small fry with this. Okay, someone else got it. Okay. I'm so much better with shooters than I am with... Ah! My calling! The only thing I'm good for. Steel eels. No, not steel eels, steelheads. Those are 2 different ones. There's a steel eel and there's a steelhead. The steelheads are the ones that fire the big-ass bombs. And the steel... No, the steelheads, the steel eels are the dude driving the little train with the guy in the back. I'm gonna die again. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, gamers. Oh, jeez. Still got. To be a little more willing to use. Somebody get the umbrella dudes. Okay. Okay, we cleared the wave. But I'm now relying on everyone else to use their specials. Whew. Roll. Roller. Gotta roll. Gotta roll out all this extra fucking... Good God. Walkable urbanization. Yes. Aye. On my way. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're good. It is now time for me to run. I'm not going to add any more to the score. I'm going to just attempt to survive and improve survivability for everyone else as well. So much for surviving! Live. Chris, live! You can do this! Okay, good. Okay. As long as you get the guys. Whew! 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 Oh, always intense. Every single time. Every single time. Intense as fuck. That's why we love it. That's why we love it. How we get this far. Can't wait to be able to chuck eggs at the basket from a distance. You just know they're gonna make it more difficult to compensate. But there's gonna be a lot more, like, pro-gamer moments. Once that is a more consistent thing that is happening. I could scoot this. Scoot my monitor and shit around so I don't, like, look like I'm staring off it into the abyss. Because I got things backwards usually, because usually I keep the camera stand in the same spot. But, it is, I switch around whether I'm looking at my monitor and at my PC, so that I'm always, like, looking in the direction of the thing. What thing? Oh, shit. Now I won't be able to focus enough to finish that thought! What was that thought? I have to do goldfish. Goldfish. I don't know how to actually... Okay. Made it away, it got away, but... Okay, now focus before we start popping them open again. Just get everything in. See? Done. And now we don't even have to look for another goldfish. I mean, we can. It's just gonna be... Whoa! That was an accident. Sure, I'll take it. Where are you going? There you're going. Yeah. Wow, you just beat it entirely. Goldie is... The concept of Goldie is interesting, because goldfish are not salmon. Goldfish are carp. And carp look different. Generally speaking. You just have to not die. 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 Speaking of not dying. Okay. Whoo! 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 Woo! Alright. Alright. It's nighttime. Oh shit, fog. Ah, shit. Hope someone with the shooter went that way. Where are the fucking trash can boys? Out of ink! Oh, jeez. I did that to myself. I could have gotten those little guys. Man. Hi, Goldie. There you go. Mm-hmm. Nice big hunk chunka. I mean, it's not EXP, but... I don't like the missiles. You can and will make life miserable for everyone else. So I'm gonna... Even though my weapon isn't especially well suited to dealing with you, I will kill you anyway. I've definitely lost the thought that I was originally trying to complete before that wave began. When this whole shift began, I think. Ugh. Severe brain rot. Great thing about PvE is that you don't have to worry about stream sniping, because instead of stream sniping, it's like reverse stream sniping. They can use it to do better by knowing where you are at all times. And like not losing track of you. Can see you from your camera, which is more useful in PvE scenarios, like Salmon Run. My aim is garbage with chargers unless I have a big strong one, and I can snipe from a distance. This is basically just a shooter, but worse! Oh, these dudes. Never. No. No. No, no, no. You! Urgh! I'm gonna die. I'm scared of dying. I have what I need to take out the steelhead. I just need to keep my distance and not die. And someone's got to take that guy out so I don't die. Because I gotta sneak up behind the steelhead. And at least draw its attention away from... but not in time. The stinger is trained on me. Well. But we're alive. Most people are alive, and we're over quota. Nice, 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 nice. Whew! Oh, right, I forgot. Latency. The latency of streaming means that stream sniping isn't quite exact. And as fast as Salmon Run moves, it might not actually be all that useful. Oh, well, see, when it comes to, like, streaming and shit, the deal with latency is that the whole thing has latency. There's latency from the capture card into my computer. There's latency between OBS and the stream, like the online streaming server, and I imagine there's a little bit of latency between, what you see and what the server is receiving. So... And usually I hope my audio syncs up. So there's latency on the whole thing, even if audio can make it through faster. But I do have it on the lowest latency settings possible, so I can see people's messages and respond to them effectively. What? Ah! Wasn't close enough. I got it. Oh, but someone else is running from this guy. Always useful. But I will not stand for your continued tyranny! That's a boss. Hate it when I overshoot! Bomb from a distance worked, I guess. Comet! Oh no, Comet's getting ganged up on! I will not tolerate this many Cohawks in one place. Ah! Ah! I take even one more attempt to missile, I'm thwarped. I didn't even see the small fry. Alright, person one, thank you. Need to swim! Roller guy! Roller guy, can you cover up all this salmon ink so I can function? Oh, that's Chris. Oh. Someone's hurting. Person one. I mean, I trust Chris's judgment, so. Blech. Blarp. Is there a... Ah, glowflies. These motherfuckers. Also known as some of the scariest shit in the game. Luckily, this is a decent map for dealing with them. Aw, jeez. Into the air we go! My aim is a little garbage, but... Bamboo is not good for this. Ah! This is probably the type of big guy that is, or big guy, not big guy, like, yep, total team wipe. You always have to rely on the person with inkjet, who happens to be me, getting up into the sky so that they don't get got by the boogeymen. I think this was like the first one I ever experienced, and I immediately experienced a team wipe. The guys are rabid! Sometimes going up a wall is actually your best bet. But I didn't do that in time. I just went into that little nook. Roller time! Oh shit. Low tide. And fog. I'll ink this other path. Oh jeez. Ah, ah, ah. The little guys are not what I need to be doing. Well, I'm the focus of the stinger. I should not have thrown that bomb. Person needs my help. Someone got him. There we go. Okay, good. Guys, I'm kind of fucked. Oh fuck, we're low on time! Yes. We have to survive this onslaught. Motherfuckerly rage. I need to leave. Yeah. Something tells me that my failure to support... that feels like my fault somehow. I know this is a team effort, but I feel like mildly responsible for that. I retained my pay grade though, so that's good. I feel like I couldn't get to everyone in time to res. But you know how it is. Onward to the next shift. I like getting as many super bonuses as I can, so why not do some more super bonuses. Up until super bonuses run out after a day after you get 2, but they're pretty good. Yeah, I had used both of my inkjet specials to deal with the glowflies, because glowflies are a fucking nightmare. I die to them instantly. The easiest way for me to deal with them is to get in the air. Coverage. Coverage, 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 coverage. Okay. Got some early coverage. Oh, fuck. These Quahawks. Alright, lads. You'll better handle these Quahawks while I'm down here. Just to consider. These suckers get very annoying, though. Can't fucking remember them, but they're a small fry piloting those things, and they do the Tentamissile. And they make things miserable for the dudes in the cannons. And they're different for the cannon people to deal with. Difficult. Not necessarily different, but difficult. Also, it's very easy to get so caught up in doing the missiles from your cannons that you can... Is that me? Is he going after me? We have 25 seconds left. I have to get some of these dudes. Just one more. Just one more. The Quahawks are starting to be a problem. Because not everyone is manning the cannons. I'm generally good at these. Okay, cool, cool, cool. We made it. Got the bamboozler. I don't like the bamboozler. The bingus bongus. The bambeezler. Do your job! I know these working conditions are highly unsafe in-universe, but god is this minigame fun. Can't imagine how unpleasant it would be actually doing that. I've worked retail. Can't even imagine how rough it must be for deadliest catch type shit like this. What? I don't like the Drizzler. I don't like the Drizzler. Oh fuck, it's the Gunge. I mean, I think all of the green ink can be effectively described as gunge, I think. Ah, jeez, I'm being targeted. I hate it. I hate being stingered. I hate being stingered. Oh no, it's my responsibility. I have to not die for long enough in order to take him on. Ah, jeez. There we go. Oh, there you are, motherfucker. Ah, didn't make it in time. Okay. Coverage, coverage, coverage. They're leaving us alone. Gotta re-ink shit. High tide? High tide. We should be able to swim our way over these walls. Hello. Oh, you got him! There we go. Okay, so I defended our bamboozler just long enough for shit to get real. Always use the walls! Okay. Not quite perfect yet. Oh, I'm dying. I'm dead. I'm as good as, ooh, maybe not, perhaps. That, I have to get out of the way. Oh, whoa. I survived! Somehow. I'm as good as dead now, though. I have to use my specials. I need to remember that my specials exist. I have the ink jet, I think that's what it's called. And those are good against steelheads. If I could wake up just long enough. There we go. There we go! Just gently bring that through. Okay. Woo! I supported the team properly this time! I remembered my special! Oh, goodness. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Jessica. And thank you, Chris! Whew! Good match, good match. Yeah! Good night, Creve. Thank you for watching! Splatoon, do 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 do. I'm very much eager to learn more about what the Salmonids are next game. Another thing I'm very excited about, Splatoon 3. What the fuck is their whole deal? Also, apparently, like, their whole shtick of, like, cooked salmon and, like, being, fighting- oh, jeez. Okay. Fighting with, various kitchen appliances and such is apparently, like, apparently it's religious fervor? Apparently, salmonids have a deep reverence for the circle of life and consider being eaten like an honorable death. Uh-oh. Buff Luigi! Buff Loogie! Woo! I'm sorry, Buff Loogie. I failed you. It's not gonna be doable for long. Aw, jeez. I fucked that up. Damn eels! Eels! A steel eel and a steelhead. Let's get out of there, SpongeBob! Aw, jeez. I'm not going back down there. I'm sorry, Buff Loogie. I'm not going back down there. I have to get back home. I have to get back into the... Get back to the basket. Back to the basket. Okay, I lived. I'm alive. We are one away from success. There are some tentamissiles on their way. And we just have to... Okay, coverage. Places to swim. Ways out. Yes, Buff Loogie. I must save him from himself, and hopefully he will save me from myself. Thus is the way of Salmon Run. Okay, we got you. There's an eel on its way up here, which could be chaos if I'm not careful. Is it targeting me? It is targeting me. I'm going to lead it over here. There we go. If you are being targeted by a steel eel, your best bet is to lead it away from the group so that they can deal with the dude at the very end of it. I'm not close enough. I'm not close enough and my range isn't long enough. One of the greatest feelings of, like, when the E-leader is in rotation for Salmon Run is being able to splat, steel eels from, like, 20 miles away. It's amazing. Lugi and Emsol are handling this nonsense. We have a steelhead. Do we have a drizzler still? Chris is down. Gotta help him. Help them. Help. 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 Help! I'm being targeted by another goddamn stinger. This is only wave 2. I should be fine. I just have to survive. We're above quota. That's good. I just need to live long enough to make that work. Okay, bye! Thank you for hanging out in chat. Oh, no, not the bamboozler! I've been bamboozled! Da 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 da. That's right. B is jumping this game, and I think they switched the jump back to X. Could be a little weird jumping from 2 to 3 since they think they changed the jump button again. But it was the same kind of bolt rides. Ah, fuck. I didn't get the drizzler in time. Now we're gonna get drizzled. This is wave 3. This isn't... Oh, geez, two down. I gotta save him. I gotta save him, or at least get away. I didn't make it! God damn it. God damn it. Okay, just need to live. I mean, living is kind of irrelevant when you're not alive. I gotta get this guy alive. We just need to make this quota. Just need to make quota. We just need to make quota. We just need to make quota. Just need to make quota. Oh, we're too many stingers that play. We got team wiped. Oh, I didn't use my special enough. We got close though. Not terrible. I retain my pay grade, so that's good. Bonus. We got that Saki-chan and Octojam. I think that's a Saki-chan. Yeah. That's a Sa, not a Chi. Yep. Oh! Shoreline. I'm so used to playing on the Joy-Cons that the Pro Controller is just a little bit off. Just in the way the stick is shaped, I think. I'm used to flicking the stick. There we go. I will not let such fuckery stand. Ooh, who's the smartass? Whoa, 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 I'm getting stung. I'm getting stingered. I can't do my job when I'm getting stingered. Ah! Getting missiled. Okay. Okay, now. There we go. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, got some last-minute eggs. We all survived. I mean, most of us did. And we got revival. Is Splatoon 3 supposed to have a midnight release? And if it's supposed to have a midnight release, is it... I imagine it would be a midnight release all over the world. That doesn't mean it's being released in every region at the same moment, right? I'm asking because I'm trying to think to myself, when are some people going to log the fuck off and, go join Splatoon 3? Because it is an hour away from midnight in my area, and if it's a midnight release in my area, then that means, I mean, it could already be out in Europe. But I don't know if there's, like, yeah, I think everything to a certain point is, like, in the future. So, like, somewhere in the day ends somewhere in the middle of the Pacific. And North America's, oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. That was almost very dangerous. Ah! That's an eel. That's an eel. Oh, that's an eel. Oh, that's an eel. Oh, that's an eel. I'm running low on ink. I should have expected that. Buddy of mine on Discord has an hour till Splatoon drops. Yeah, it should be an hour for me too. But I got ordered a physical copy, so I won't be able to play at midnight. Which is why I'm wondering, thinking out loud, because what's it going to be like when the rotation change? Because I feel like I can play this round of Salmon Run for the next hour. The rotation will happen at midnight, and at midnight some people will be playing Splatoon 3, and others, like me, will be here back in Splat 2. I ask because I'm not a fan of Clam Blitz, but if the shit rotates and it's not Clam Blitz and Salmon Run closes, that, excuse me. That I might be joining ranked, but then it might be a ghost town, so who knows? And will the ranked environment be casuals like me? Or will it be full of the best of the best? Oh, jeez. High tide. I've always been absolutely baffled by the idea that inklings die in water. Shit just doesn't make sense. They're literally aquatic. Ooh, they swim in their own ink. Ooh. Then what are the swimming pools for? Doesn't make any damn sense. How do they shower? They die on contact with water. If their ink is water-soluble. How are they made of their own ink if they're evolved from squids, which are made of flesh? What kind of nonsense biology has to happen for that to happen? I know it's just for stylization's sake. Oh, Julia, Jared! Whee. I'll disable that. I will not tolerate getting drizzled. I will not tolerate the drizzler. The drench. The drench. Only for the purposes of killing it, for good, will I allow it to drizzle. Whew! 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 Coverage! Coverage! Oh! Shoreline. You! One of the fun things about Splatoon is that the damage you affects your mobility, and that lets them design some really cool NPC enemies, as well as creates just a really fun multiplayer environment. It's unique, and that's why I love Splatoon. It's not just about shooty. It's also about swimmy. Did I miss both times? I swear to God if I missed both times. I missed both times. I cannot tolerate this for much longer. Okay. Whoo! Wave 2. Okay. Coverage is good. Coverage is good. Coverage is good. I've been bamboozled. Okay. So actually, we should be doing coverage on the walls, because that lets you skip places and make it around. Ooh, that's not what that looks like. I'm gonna let y'all handle it, since bamboozling isn't very good. I don't actually know how to tell them apart. My ability to distinguish the VFX for the glowy doodads. It's not very good. But I think it's not those. They, like, glow brighter, somehow. I just have to, like... Why are you saying come here? Over there! Dingus! Hingus dingus? Alright, go, go, go! Eggs! Eggs! Focus on eggs! We're not gonna get any eggs. I failed you! Forgive me. Whew! They all look the same, Grizz! What do you mean the gusher that's gonna give off the most light? They all look the same. They give off the same amount of light. The VFX is the same. The highest gusher. The highest gusher? What is that supposed to mean? I mean, the one that shoots the highest, yes, obviously. But I want to be able to find that. I mean, and, like, you can tell how hot or cold you are depending on how high the one you shoot is, because they're, the one that shoots the highest is always going to be closer. Ones that shoot high are closer to the one that shoots the highest, but I don't want to have to bother fighting off a whole bunch of Quahawks, chums, and small fries. I want to be able to find it instantly. I was once played with a dude who could find them instantly, and it was really cool. And I want to be like that person. I will not tolerate drizzling in my house. I got being targeted by the eel. I failed to protect you from the drizzler. There we go. A worthy sacrifice. Hmm. Wow. Wait, someone DC? Come on. Now our lives are gonna be harder. At least our quota's down. It doesn't make it any easier. I'd rather have 4 people than a lower quota. But we still have to stay out for just as long, so we're more likely to team wipe because there's fewer of us for the bosses to focus on, and they still spawn at the same rate. Live, Riley, live! Oh, never mind. Oh, well. You tried your best with what you got, Riley. I'm sorry. You cut my pay 'cause someone else disconnected. Fuck you, Grizz. Fuck the boat you rode in on. Goldie rounds, like... Yeah, so the deal with gusher height is, like, that's easy to find, because then you can, like, oh, not here, you can go somewhere else. But for every one of those that you open up, a whole bunch of salmonids are going to come out and fuck your shit. And it would be nice to be able to be better at identifying which one is by just the light. I might just have to look up a picture. Hang on. Salmon run gusher light. Tell me your secrets. Wikipedia, perhaps? Shoreline! I could have looked this up years ago, back when I was actually playing, but I felt like that was cheating. Because I'm an obnoxious purist about 90% of everything I participate in. Now, who is being targeted? Shouldn't matter, because I'm up on the ledge. apparently, allegedly, you can send the Drizzler's things right back at him. But I've never been able to hit a Drizzler with its own thingy. Now we're getting drizzled. Properly. Right, proper drizzle. I missed! God, there's 3 of them. I don't have the ink. Okay. Guys, we're getting drizzled. This is not good. We have 7 seconds. We're not gonna make it. Unless... yeah, no. We won't have enough to get a whole... nope. Okay. La, 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 la. Start with the one farthest from the basket. The burst of light from the bottom also very distinct height. If beams are short, you're cold. If beams shoot up high, you're hot. It's not literal brightness like you're trying to detect the shade of yellow. Yeah, it's the amount of light. Well, that's a 3-year-old Reddit thread. How's that gonna help? Yes, they produce more light. Do they produce more light before or after you open them? Because everything I've seen shows me that it's always after you open them. There's gotta be a method. There's gotta be a method for dealing with them. Okay, okay. You don't get to live. I will not allow it.